Hey Canucks fans, let's talk about the other part of the Canucks special teams, and that would be their penalty kill. I'm Clay Emo, I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter, I'm at Clayton Emo on Instagram, I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Friday, October the 18th. Still in a good mood, the Canucks defeating the St. Louis Blues 4-3 last night. An exciting shootout, Thatcher Demko shutting the door on all 6 St. Louis Blues shooters, and then Josh Levo winning it with a beautiful deke, side to side, flying through the air and putting the puck past Jordan Binnington. And I talked about it in my post game last night. What I liked, I definitely liked Thatcher Demko's play. What I didn't like, I thought Mott struggled a little bit. Not everyone agreed with me, which is fine. I really appreciate the feedback, but I still thought that it wasn't his fault completely, but I thought he could have shown a better effort on both the first St. Louis Blues goal and the third St. Louis Blues goal, but that's my opinion. And then one other thing, I talked about the fact that the Canucks were resilient in coming back from a 2-goal deficit against a very strong team, obviously the Stanley Cup champs. And then two other things I want to talk about really quickly, and then we'll talk about the penalty kill, is actually the one other thing is I'm really happy that Michael Ferland and Bo Horvat each got their first goals of the season. It took 6 games to do so. They both now sit with 2 points on the season, 1 goal, 1 assist. But maybe this is what both of them need to get going. With Ferland, it was a Ferland type goal. He did 3 things that he should do. He went to the net, he pushed the defenseman off the puck or out of the way, and then he fired home a greasy goal, so to speak. So that was good. But Horvat's goal was quite greasy as well. That was the one where Pettersson beat Deke Binnington, but then Parayko made 2 awesome saves on the goal line, and then Horvat crashed the crease and got the puck up and over Parayko to tie the game at 3. So very, very exciting. And I think both goals showed those 2 guys, that's why they should be able to play well together and make that second line very tough to play against with Tanner Pearson. They're not afraid to go to the greasy areas to get those mucky type goals. And I'm happy for both of them. And like I said, maybe it is the start of something good for both Michael Ferland and Bo Horvat. And Tanner Pearson's already had a good start, the third member of that second line. Although, now that I think about it, Ferland played on the third line yesterday, where Levo played on the second line. So we'll see what happens. Ferland has played already in 6 games, so already played in the first line, the second line, and the third line, a couple games on each. One other Canucks news before we talk about the penalty kill: Jacob Markstrom likely joining the team as early as tomorrow because Zane McIntyre, goaltender, has already been sent down to the Utica Comet. So that means that I'm guessing that Demko gets to play tomorrow, continuing his hot streak, and then Markstrom plays on Sunday, or vice versa. Regardless, I see them splitting the games. That's what happens when you're on the East Coast and you play back-to-back games, and they're both at 10 a.m. our time. Well, 1 p.m. their time, but 10 a.m. our time. By the way, what do you guys think of these 10 a.m. starts? I think it's okay because it's a weekend. You basically not get the Canucks game out of the way. It sounds like a burden. You are able to watch the Canucks, and then you still have the whole day in front of you. Obviously, they can't do this on weekdays because no one will watch the games, no one will go to the games. But what do you think of the weekend games? What do you think of the 10 a.m. start? Do you like the fact that it's at the start of the day, or do you not like the fact that you have to either get up early or you have to, break something else that you're doing to watch the game? So I would love your feedback on that. And lastly, I want to spend a few minutes talking about the Canucks penalty kill. Did you know that it's number 1 in the league at 95%? I think they've only let in 1 goal, which is pretty awesome, actually. We've been talking a lot about the power play, the fact that they blew up for those three goals against Detroit on Tuesday, but then they went 0 for 5 yesterday with barely a shot, and then they haven't looked that good. They're only at, I think, 16% on the power play, putting them in the bottom third of the league. But they're at number 1 at 95% when it comes to penalty kill, which is awesome. And then I know it's not an official stat, but you guys know that I like to combine the power play percentage and the penalty kill percentage. And then obviously you want to be over 100, given that 100% in those 2 numbers. And at 16 at the power play, 95 at the penalty kill, that's 111% combined special teams percentage, and that's pretty good. Small sample size, but still very good. You want to be you want to be on the good side of 100, obviously, and not the bad side. But 95% is amazing. And we know that the Canucks like to roll out basically 2 groups, or I would say 2 pairs of forwards and 2 pairs of D-men. And that, by the way, that 95% includes a couple 5-on-3s in the first 6 games, which is very impressive. So on D, you usually have Alex Edler and Chris Tanev taking the bulk of minutes when it comes to penalty kill, especially on the 5-on-3s. They both very durable, very calm, and very strong players. So obviously a big reason why, everyone's a big reason why they're doing so well. It goes goaltending, defense, and forward. So but talking about the D, so you usually have Edler and Tanev starting off and taking the bulk of minutes on 5-on-3. Then your second pairing is Tyler Myers and Jordy Ben, the 2 new defensemen, so to speak. Quinn Hughes, they say, for power play. Power play 2 right now. Hopefully power play 1 soon, but they say for power play. And Troy Stetcher, the reason why he doesn't get a lot of minutes overall, he's the of all 6 guys, the least amount of minutes when it comes to D-men, because he doesn't play on the power play, either 2 units, and he doesn't play on the penalty kill, because like I said, it's Edler, Tanev, and then Ben and Myers, and both units have been very good obviously so far. Then with your forward units, depends who's playing, but since Tyler Mott's been back, you have a Sutter and Mott combo, and then you have a Beagle and Schaller combo. Beagle and Schaller play together obviously on the 4th line a lot, and obviously you need centers on each unit to take the draws. You're usually not changing on the fly a lot when you're killing penalties, unless you get the puck down the ice, and then even then, especially with the long changes, it's pretty dangerous. So you need guys basically to be able to take face-offs. So that's why you have Brandon Sutter and Jay Beagle on the 2 units, and it makes sense that you have Pettersson and Horvat concentrating on the power play. So those 2 units have been really good, obviously, when it comes to forwards as well. Sutter and Mott, both very tenacious, very good on the puck, very veteran players, and then Beagle and Schaller, exact same thing. They're not the most flashy guys. They're not gonna. I don't think either of them have points yet. Actually, Beagle or Schaller on the year, but that's what they're supposed to do, right? We're not looking at them to score points. We're looking at them to make it hard on opposing power plays, to be tenacious, to be aggressive, and to be smart and conserve energy when they're killing penalties. So, and then when Tyler Mott wasn't playing, you actually had Tanner Pearson. So he's kind of like the 5th option. So when Mott wasn't playing, or when Mott's in the penalty box like he was last night, then you have Tanner Pearson come out with Brandon Sutter. So you have a Sutter-Pearson combo, and then again Beagle and Schaller stay together. Then when Antoine Roussel comes back in a couple months or in a few weeks, then he'll likely get some penalty kill time as well. So then you'll have 5 or 6 guys that you can roll out now comfortably. Of course, that would be Sutter, Mott, that would be Beagle, Schaller, and that would be Pearson and Roussel. Obviously, you mix it up, so you have a center out there at least. At least I think you'd have a center, and you rotate the wingers through. So all in all, Canucks are playing very well. They're playing very disciplined. On 5-on-3, playing that tight triangle. On the 5-on-4, they're being strong so far. They haven't played the strongest teams, but obviously St. Louis is a strong team. Calgary's a strong team. Edmonton, Detroit, kind of middle teams, and LA middle to bottom of the pack, despite Edmonton's really good start. But overall, it's great to see the Canucks playing so well, playing together as a team, working really hard, being aggressive, but playing smart. And like I said, off to a great start with the penalty kill at 95%. So Canucks fans, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about anything I talked about today, about last night's game, about the penalty kill, about Jacob Markstrom coming back, whatever it may be, about the power play. We look forward to a great Hughes on Hughes matchup tomorrow. It's Vancouver in New Jersey. Corey Schneider there as well. The Bo Horvat, Corey Schneider storyline still going 6 years later. Not so big of a storyline, but it's always nice to connect that. But overall, I think everyone's excited to see Quinn Hughes play against his younger brother, Jack Hughes, in a battle of potential Calder Trophy nominees. It's very early still, but something to look forward to for sure. But I'll preview that game tomorrow. For now, let's talk about last night's game. Let's talk about the Canucks penalty kill, because that's what I wanted to focus on today. I'd love to know your thoughts. Leave a comment below. I'd love to read, react, and reply as always. Subscribe if you like to. Like this video if you like to. Enjoy the day. God bless. Go Canucks go.